An online spiritual guru charges $2,000 for a grape juice cleanse. This explosive report in The Guardian described this man, pictured here, who charges people for a spiritual meditation and communion with God. And this is his pitch, really. He takes $2,000, he gives you grape juice, he has you go out on a mountain somewhere and pray and meditate, and all your problems go away. This was all Instagram worthy until one man drove his car to the edge of the cliff, jumped down, and died. Then the police got involved and people started to wonder if this is a cult. And, oh, surprise, it is. Here's the problem, though. And The Guardian, I think, really does a wonderful job. If you get to read this article about this online spiritual guru, does a great job in describing the appeal. You may wonder, why are normal people paying $2,000 for grape juice? Well, there is this appeal that I can cleanse myself. That the guilt and shame and pain of my life, if I just get myself under control, then I'll be fine. The Guardian described the way that, especially during COVID, this is applying to people who are struggling, who are recently divorced, who are addicts, who are trying to make a better life with this appeal that I can fix myself just by deep breathing, essentially. You and I want fixes, but they're not as simple as grape juice and meditation. Proverbs chapter 14, fools mock at making amends for sin, but goodwill is found among the upright. One of the benefits of being Christian is that I recognize my sin, I confess my sin, and I try to make amends for my sin. I don't live in this world that I can just isolate from my problems, try to process them, and then not have to deal with consequences. My children like to do that. They like to make a problem, run outside, not have to deal with it, and come back and pretend like, what happened, Dad? It doesn't work in the real world. The book of Proverbs really addresses that desire in us to be our own spiritual gurus. I'll fix it myself. That, as we can see in this article, the ultimate extension of that is living a rather callous and sinful life. We make amends for our sins. We confess them to others. We apologize for our actions. We take our consequences. That's the Christian life. But we do that in the shadow of the cross, of God who's taken away our ultimate consequence of sin, death, and hell, who's given us spiritual amends of joy of salvation, the hope of heaven. That's something you don't need to pay thousands of dollars for. You can come to God's house and worship Him and hear His message, and it costs you nothing. But it gives you anything.